Boom, boom, boom. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black and I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm black, y'all. I'm blackity black and I'm black, y'all. Yo! you didn't know I was gonna do that, did you?
I wasn't ready for that, but it's all good. Ladies
Black
and
History
gentlemen,
Month, bro. You know what it is.
ladies and gentlemen, that was Latisse. That was her intro to this week's episode 26.
Yeah, episode 26.
How fitting this is actually Black History Month, the second day in
Yes.
February.
Yes.
So Latisse had to give you a quick, rendition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Let everybody know what this is. It's just some of that podcast. But you know what? Hey, we black and we celebrating black history. So
We blacker
in
than
case
black.
y'all didn't know, we blackity black. I mean,
Black.
okay, so we black all year long, obviously,
Right.
but like February and Juneteenth is just like we get to be extra black. Like, yeah.
Like, what you mean by extra black though? Like,
just like how sometimes like when you
real
at work,
spicy, real spicy.
yeah, we can put like the extra blackers on. Like how sometimes we get at work and you can put your little put your work voice on. Like we ain't gotta do that this month.
Okay, I got you. Okay, got you.
We ain't gotta do that. We ain't code switching this month. All right, you gonna get this black vernacular all month. Okay?
Yeah. Little extra.
That's where we at with it.
Little extra on the ebonics this month.
Oh yeah, I ain't all that shit. All of it.
Well, look. Hey, y'all, this is another episode of the Some of This, Some of That podcast. I'm one of the two hosts, as you can see on the screen. I'm Coach Mo, and we have Teese, and she is ready to go this week. Y'all see her with her red lipstick. Hey, fellas, I want to say this to y'all. Some of y'all homies, y'all be texting me on the low about Latisse. Let me tell y'all something right now.
They don't text me?
Because they're not going to text you. So let me tell y'all this right now. I'm getting
something right.
Y'all know who y'all are. I ain't going to call y'all out on the pod. Look, if you ain't texting me about the pod, don't text me about her, okay?
I see a little hateration, bro. That sounds like a little hate.
No. That ain't no hateration. But I don't want to hear that shit.
I do.
Why do I want to know how good your lips look? That's the type of shit I get. Like, why do I want to know? I don't care. But they text me that. Man, Joe, Teese, man, Joe, she looking good last. I don't care. That's the text I get.
Thank y'all. My brother Hayden, I appreciate it. But y'all can just bypass him and just, hit me directly.
No, y'all don't. No, y'all don't.
I'm just saying.
Because the ones who texting me, they ain't shit. Yep.
I don't need no more of those. So
that's why I can say it. Teese, this is episode 26 now. So the number 26, let's see. Shout out to former Bears Super Bowl Shuffle champion fullback number 26, Matsui.
Okay then.
That's what we're doing.
You know you good with those, bro, with the number correlation. So yeah,
I have to think about them before the show, and then once it comes to me, I'd be like, oh shit, yeah, I can just say that one. So yeah,
yeah. All right, I'm with it.
Okay. Yeah. So hey, this week, there's a lot happening this week, man.
Whole lot, bro.
This
is a busy week.
It was a busy week. Today we got a whole bunch of damn snow. Let's just start off there.
Okay, so did your kids have snow day? Or did they have to go remotely?
Hell yeah, snow day. They remote learning.
Okay.
And tomorrow too.
I ain't mad. I'm sure teachers are happy because out here in the suburbs by us, the removal of snow process is like Yeah, it's like the slowest thing ever. So,
Really?
yeah, I mean, they it's the that's one thing I do miss about the city is the city for the most part. What used to be when I was there, they used to they used to be, they on top of cleaning the streets. At least the main streets would be definitely be clean and the roads or whatever. But like out here, sometimes it's just like, man, it seems like they didn't get the memo that we was gonna get snow. So
Yeah, yeah,
it just be a while for it be like totally, like real drivable. So
yeah.
it's cool. But I think the kids like it because I seen kids outside making snowballs and
Only in the
playing it,
birds.
and I'm like, yeah,
Only in the
no, I was
birds.
not that kid.
Hey, you know it tripped out though. Like when we grew up, like I'll give you an example. Like when Mayor Daley was the mayor, hey, he didn't play around with that snow. Them trucks was out there. They was moving that stuff. It seemed
Yeah,
like
for
once he
sure.
left, then Ron took over, and then we got Lori Moore right now. It's like
Hmm.
the trucks don't even be out there. Like
I,
it take them
bro,
hours
it's
to come out there.
Yeah, I mean, you would see the trucks lined up. That's what I was saying. When I was in the city, they used to be lined up. Like, if we knew we was having snow, like got the memo at 9 o'clock, at 8, at about 7 o'clock, you would start seeing trucks. Like they was on the streets before the snow was hitting, which makes sense to me. So when it's there, they was getting it while it was going, so
Hmm.
it would never be too crazy because they wanted to make sure that the streets was clean and people can still move around. But I feel like when Ron got into office, ever since then, it seems like they was just cutting budgets for stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like snow removal and pest control. Like,
Yeah,
why are we? That's not the way you save money at.
and
Like, get some money out of y'all pockets, and then we be okay.
when Mayor Daley was in office, like they would do the side streets.
Yeah, they did.
They would knock the
Yeah,
side
they
streets
did.
out, put salt down. But it's
Yeah, they
like
did.
nowadays, I don't know. I guess they just like, well, we'll get to y'all when we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
That's what
crazy.
it is. It's crazy, but yeah, it's different. I know it's different than birds because being out here where I'm at, out here in Maywood, yeah,
Yeah,
they take their time a little bit.
yeah,
Take
yeah.
their
They do.
time. It ain't like
They do.
Maywood that big either, so I don't know what the issue is.
That's what I be saying, bro. All these towns, you would think they would have some kind of thing together where they could figure out, like, okay, how can we get the streets clean? It's
Yeah.
only, like you said, it's not that big, so it shouldn't. It's not like the city where you're doing blocks and blocks and blocks. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't
No, it's
know.
not like that at all. But oh well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But look, me and my son, we went out there around 3:30. No, about 4 o'clock. Went out there, moved all the snow. It was about 10 inches hit the ground. It was nice and heavy. We took care
Hmm.
of the driveway, the walkway. We was out there for about a little over an hour. But
Yeah, that's
I
a
told him
lot. That's
a lot
exercise.
of snow. That is exercise. I got me and him got a nice workout.
I
But
bet.
I'll say this: I would definitely be investing in a snowblower
Hmm.
for next year because
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get caught like this, boy. That snow is it's heavy.
Oh yeah, when it's heavy, and you
Snow is
gotta be
heavy.
careful with that too. They got
Yeah,
That's what people be having like like heart attacks and stuff like that. So yeah,
I pace myself. I ain't in no race.
yeah, you
No
gotta be
race.
careful with that.
But that snow is heavy, and if you got a long driveway like I got, man, you be so happy when you get to the end.
And right, but then even then, though, bro, at some point, sometimes you got to keep on going back out there because it snowed for a very long time.
Yep.
So
That's
yeah,
why for me, I just like to wait till it's like over.
yeah,
Some people
might as
like to go
well.
out there. Some people like to go out there and get it so it don't be as heavy. And I
Yeah,
get
that's
that,
true.
but
That's true.
nah, I just wait till it's over.
Yeah, I mean, either way, it's gonna be a lot. So, but like you said, if I guess if you do it in increments, then
Yeah,
it's a little, I guess a little bit easier.
it's a
But
little bit
you
easier.
got it's you got a young son, so y'all can knock it
Yeah, I
out.
mean, he was out there with me. He told me he was like, Dad, I ain't no way you can do this by yourself. I said,
Hmm.
well, I'm glad you understand that because two is better than one.
Right.
He, he be knocking it out too. Then he go in the house, take all his clothes off. Then he go take a shower, and then he back on his video game or he watching some movie. That's it for him.
Man, but you know what we used to do? Me and my sisters, we used to have like a little system. Even when we do it now in my parents' house, like we'll have it's four of us, so
Mm-hmm.
we'll be like in a line. So if someone's scooping, like we be behind each other, just picking up so we can get
That's
it
what I
like
do.
super clean. So
That's what I
yeah,
do.
it'd be and we usually will clear the path pretty good because
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's four of us and we just go behind each other, and by the time
yeah.
we get done, it'd be really you could dead near see the concrete, so we put ice
Mm-hmm.
down and it'd be good.
My son, that's what he do. He the lead off. I'll be right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He knock all the little heavy stuff, and I'll be right behind him. I get whatever. Next thing
Yeah,
you know, we almost done with the driveway.
yeah, that's what's up. That's what
Yeah.
you got to do.
I told him it'll build character. It'll build character for him.
and muscles, yeah, he
Yeah, that's what
appreciate
he like. Okay, whatever, Dad. But you know, he just want that
it.
cash out. He ain't fooling around.
Right, right. Hit that cash out.
Yeah, he want that. So hey, look, I want to kick the show off with. Let's talk about that Janet Jackson doc.
hmm Did you watch it?
I watched both parts. What you
Yes.
think? What'd you think?
Yeah, so if everybody who don't know, Janet Jackson released a a 2-day documentary, which actually was 4 parts,
Mm-hmm.
this past weekend. Basically, she had been chronicling her life where her ex-husband had been basically since they were what was his name, bro?
Renee.
Renee, yeah, the one she's with for a long time.
Yeah.
They basically since they've been together, he was recording like a lot of stuff behind the scenes because he was a photographer, I guess, or a videographer.
Yeah, he was the video.
Yeah, his family they was like producers or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
so he taped everything, and so she put out a 2-part, like I said, 2-day series about just show basically her life, her biography, which I thought it was cool because a lot of times we get biographies, people die like her
Yep.
brother, or Whitney Houston, even Prince, and they don't really get a chance to tell their story the way they want it to be told. And so I thought it was dope that she did that. Like she released some, behind the scenes footage nobody's ever seen, and she really got into depth about her childhood, her relationship with her parents, her relationship with her family, all those rumors, y'all. She addressed the rumors about her having a baby with the DeBarge brother, James DeBarge, when she was
Mm-hmm.
younger, had a secret child. That's not
Mm-hmm.
true.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really good. It was really, really good. I actually want to watch it again because like a lot of times, Janet, she did a good job of kind of like keeping her life pretty private. Um, and so she addressed some things that we just was wondering about, right? Like I know the biggest thing I know that was like trending on Twitter was her talking about the Justin situation, Super
Yeah.
Bowl, in the
Yeah.
Nipplegate or whatever, which was
Yeah.
so irritating and so stupid. Even, fast forward all these years now, bro, it's just like they really, really blew that out of proportion and tried to cancel her over that. And,
They did.
you know,
They
she
did.
she basically, was encouraging everybody that, her and Justin cool and we should forgive him and move on. But Black Twitter was like, we sorry, Queen, but we would not accept Justin back into this delegation. So hey, I don't know. She said she told about to say nothing, but we'll never know the truth behind that. But I thought it was good though. If you haven't watched this on Lifetime, I'm sure it's probably on demand now, but definitely watch it. I thought it was dope about her and Mike. Mike is my boy. I love Michael Jackson, and that's how they came up with Scream and what was going on with him around that time, and just how dealings with him, how that affected her career as well. So it
Right.
was really, really good. I encourage everybody to watch it, especially if you're a Janet fan. This is something that you definitely want to see. So
Yeah.
I loved it. I
Definitely.
loved it.
I was able to watch it. I was in St. Louis when it debuted,
Mm-hmm.
so I was on. Everybody was commenting on Facebook and Twitter talking about it. So I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get home, and I ended up watching it on Monday. Um, I think for me, I'm kind of glad, really glad she did this because for years nobody really knew Janet Jackson when the cameras was off.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody really knew her personality. I mean, they used to talk about it, or you heard rumors. So for me, I thought it was good that she let people, especially her diehard fans, really she opened up to them to let them
Yeah.
see this is what she like. This is how she grew up. Um, you know, Janet's been married 3 times. A lot of people probably forgot about the the Renee guy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody always talk about the DeBarge guy, but a lot of people always forget
Yeah.
about the Renee guy. So
Yeah.
I thought that was good, and you know, she finally talked about that rumor of having a secret baby. Because for years I thought Reby raised that damn baby. I ain't gonna lie. I thought
That was the
Reby raised
rumor.
that
That was
baby.
the rumor that Rebe
So you know what I'm saying.
that Rebe took care of the baby. Yeah.
So she killed that rumor. That ain't Reeby's baby. All right, she killed that rumor. Ain't no baby.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. And you know they were talking about Jermaine Dupri being they was like how much he dropped the bag, like how you bag Janet Jackson and did, and lose her.
he pretty much said I was being a man. He said when females knew he was with Janet Jackson, they wanted him more. I,
I
I'm
can see that.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand because
Mm-hmm.
he a man, and you know how some females be. Oh, I can get you. I can take you from her. They, you know what I'm saying? They flash that little
Y'all
whatever.
gotta be smarter than that, bro. Y'all
I
gotta be
know that,
smarter than
but
that.
like
Y'all
I
gotta be
always tell the
smarter than that.
homies, people always say nobody's above criticism. Nobody's above getting cheated on. For example,
Listen,
Beyonce.
I
Beyonce.
always say, bro, that's the first thing that came to my mind when I said when he was talking about basically when she was saying like basically what she did. I said, see, if Beyonce out here getting cheated on, Janet, Halle Berry, all these women that guys look at as these dream girls, listen, us regular regular women, listen, we don't I ain't gonna say we don't have no chance, but listen, that just goes to show you that dudes gonna do what they're gonna do. It doesn't matter how you look,
Yeah,
and how much money you got. If a guy wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. Something you
you
can
gonna
do.
cheat.
That's all him. It's nothing that you can do. Beyonce, all these people are beautiful women that, are loaded with money and, they getting cheated on like the rest of us that work 9 to 5. So
And with Janet, I was sitting there watching it, and I was just thinking about like Janet Jackson was every dude's crush.
right.
Every dude like my age, a little older, Janet was that thing for us. We all loved us from Janet Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all did. Like I'm talking like Rhythm Nation Janet
Oh
on.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we all had a crush on her. And
Mm-hmm.
I never forget when Poetic Justice first came out, I was like, oh Lord, she looks so good with them braids. Man, I used
Oh
to
my
I
gosh.
love me some Janet. But again, I loved her music too. And I always thought that she was different from her brother Michael. Now,
Mm-hmm.
the best part about that was Janet talking about um, her relationship with her brother Michael, talking about how close they were, how close
Mm-hmm.
she was to Randy. Because you know
Mm-hmm.
how it is when you come from a family with multiple siblings,
And
it's
they did last
always
3.
that one sibling is always close with one
Yeah.
than the other.
Yeah.
That don't mean they love them more.
Right, right. But they
It's just
close
close.
together in age. Those 3 were
And that
closest
right.
to age. So
And you
yeah.
could tell, and that's what she talked about. She was like, we shared everything with each other. And
Mm-hmm.
I can tell that when she first started to take off, a lot of people were trying to put them together or put them in competition with each other. Because you remember,
Yeah.
Janet took off
Yeah.
after that Control album, and then when she
Yeah.
did that Rhythm Nation album, like real talk, she was huge
Yeah. For
in the
sure.
States. She was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like she
Mm-hmm.
was like
Around the world.
she was a pop star. She really
Mm-hmm.
became a pop star,
Mm-hmm.
just like
She
her
got
brother
as
did.
big. She got. I mean, I still think Michael Jackson was probably the biggest
Oh yeah,
pop
big, no
star
doubt,
there was, but
no
she
doubt.
was damn close.
Yes,
She was
yes,
damn
she
close.
was
Yeah.
damn close,
Yeah.
and she sold a lot of albums like her brother
Yeah.
and made a
Yeah.
lot of money. She made a
Yeah.
lot of money. I
Yeah.
was I was kidding with my wife though. I said Janet definitely had a type though. She had a type.
She like light skin.
She like light skin. She like crackheads.
I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say that too. I was like, but it was like she was so naive, bro. Like it just goes to show you how sheltered they were that she didn't even know her own husband was a crackhead. Like,
No, she didn't even know. She didn't.
yeah,
She had no clue.
yeah.
Like it tripped out. Just some few things from the doc. I didn't know her and Stevie Wonder was cousins. Never knew that to the
I
doc.
didn't either. I didn't either.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
And that tripped me out. And then did you
yeah.
notice when the segment came, when they were talking about Jermaine Dupri, when he came to the segment, you notice how when they said his name, it said music producer, and then
Mm-hmm.
toward the end, when they brought him back, it was like fiance.
I didn't peep
I
that.
peeped all that. I'm like, I wonder why that was done that way, the way it was
Mm-hmm.
done. Just
Maybe at that time, maybe they was showing. Maybe during the time they was showing. Maybe he was the fiance then.
well, what it was, you know how they do them parts where they interview the person is talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he was talking on one segment underneath his name, it said music producer.
Mm-hmm.
Then towards the end, like when they first like when he talks about why they broke up, it was like Jermaine Dupri, then underneath fiance. So I'm
Interesting.
like, I wonder if that was just something she did or she just I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, but I forgot they were
Yeah.
engaged. I forgot
Me
all about
too. Me
that.
too. Well, what another thing I noticed too, though, bro, that made that was dope. That you can see when you watch Jenna perform, you can see how she influenced a lot of these girls that perform now,
Yeah,
from Sierra to Beyonce
Tiana
to
Taylor.
Tiana Taylor. You can see her influence in all of them. You know,
Yeah,
like she. That's the one thing I think that people don't give respect to the people before them enough. Like, obviously Sierra and Tiana, they always give homage to Janet, but there are a lot of people, like a lot of the younger generation. They think they made all this stuff on their own. You know what I'm saying? They don't really respect like the people above them, and so you can just see just how much she opened the doors for them, and just how much they model their performances after her. I
they did.
mean,
They did.
damn near to a T. You know what I'm saying? Like when
They
you
did.
see Tiana Taylor doing those lap dances and all that stuff, like Janet, that was her thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it was really good. I like seeing that side of her. I like seeing, her just being honest about things, and you know, like hearing her stories from her brother. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
I think I like those, seeing old footage. Like it was cool. But like you was mentioning about her and Mike being, putting them in competition with each other. I hate that happened with them. Because they were brother and sister. They were really, really close at some point, but, powers that be, and, Mike not being in a good place with, the drugs and stuff like that. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it too. I think that's probably more so probably why Michael probably was not around family as much, because he probably didn't want them to, see him in that,
In that state.
that's in that state, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
of being like in that kind of addiction. So
No, you're right, and I think you're right, and oh, and shout out to Joe Jackson because
Joe Jackson, yeah, people gave him
people
a hard
say whatever
time,
they
but
want, but Joe
yeah,
Jackson was a real daddy.
yeah, for sure,
People can say whatever they want, but he was a real daddy, a
for
real
sure,
father.
yeah,
He fed all nine of them goddamn kids.
yep,
Fed them all.
it,
He gave them clothes.
yep,
Then when he found out that they was into music, he stopped what he doing to push them to make this happen for them.
yep,
Because that's the one thing Johnny said. If it wasn't for him pushing us, who knows what we would be doing right now? Who knows if we
right,
would be as the Jackson family?
yeah. For sure. And then I thought it was, I mean, because you think about it, bro. We think about our grandparents who had multiple siblings and multiple kids. Like they, we give people a heart. Like our generation, I think sometimes, especially the woke crowd and people that think they know it all, it gives the parents a hard time because they feel like they can do a better job than what our parents did and what their parents did. But I still feel like we have to have some compassion for our parents and our grandparents, because they just raised by what they know. So
Yeah,
we in a world of information, and we see things a lot differently. But at that time, that was how they knew how to raise kids. This is
yeah,
how they knew how to keep kids out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? So it like she was saying, is as stern as her parents were, they were equally show that much love. So you got to have both. They had that balance. So, people will be like, oh, they beat me. It was abusive. Some people probably went too far and people got too many, you know what I'm saying? But, I think sometimes, our parents just was doing what they thought, unless they was dealing with other substance problems, you know what I'm saying? They were just raising how they thought
How
was
they
the best
thought.
way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No, you're right. And
give them a little break, y'all.
you're right. You're right. And he took a lot. Joe Jackson took a lot of criticism
Yeah.
throughout the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he did it the way he thought was right. Again, they were Jehovah's Witnesses. He he had his morals. He had his beliefs. He probably learned from his mom and dad. So
Sure.
it was his way. And like
Yeah.
Jack said, yeah, we got whoopings, but after the whooping, there was love after
Right.
that.
Right.
And I think
Yeah.
I'm glad she said that because I hope people understood that point. Because
Yeah.
I've seen conversations in many Facebook groups and many people talk about whoopings, about how it was barbaric and
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean that a child is going to behave a certain way and blah blah blah. And
Sure.
okay, that may be true, but however, for some kids growing up, they don't get any discipline, and then sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when shit hit the fan, there's no parents don't know how to control them.
Mm-hmm.
So for some parents, that's all they know. If you
Yeah.
mess up, here's the consequence.
Right.
Everybody does it differently. I got whoopings. I'm sure you
Right.
got whoopings. I
Right.
mean, but your whoopings didn't lead to okay. Your father didn't even talk to you no more. Your mom didn't even talk to you no more. Like there
Right.
was some teaching behind the whooping after the
For
whooping.
sure. Definitely, for sure. And I
You know what I
think too,
mean?
like you said, like even if everybody doesn't have to get a whooping or a spanking or whatever, like your child, and sometimes some kids don't need one whooping before they like, what, I don't want that no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we in a generation now, like they ain't getting no discipline. Like I feel like all
No.
these kids that's doing these carjackings, bro, that's 13 to 14 years old, or going to these stores doing these smash grabs, or in the ones that's in the classrooms that's talking back to their teachers and hitting them and being disrespectful. I'm like, that's that when you act like that towards adults, especially the school situation, you're not scared to go home. I'm not talking back. If I was being goofy in classroom, I can throw for being silly. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be like not so much a class clown, but just being silly. But
Right.
I'm not gonna raise up my teacher because BLT will be at that school the next day and snatch
Yeah.
me up out of there. Before the next day, I got to go home. I'm not gonna go home knowing I acted a damn fool to a teacher. Like I'm not gonna do that. My mama only 5 feet, but listen, she didn't play those games, okay? I'm still scared of her, okay? Like
Right.
I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm like, these
And when
kids
you
not
mean
scared to
hold
go
on,
home.
Keith,
Y'all not
hold on, Keith.
scared.
When you mean scared, not frightened of her like she's going to kill you, but scared like respectfully, like you're afraid that
Yeah.
you don't want to. You're not going to disrespect her.
I'm not
You
gonna disrespect
that's
her
what
at
because
all.
some people think these people who got all these 8 degrees think when you're a parent you should make your child scared of you, but that's not what that
That I'm
means.
not my mama is one of my best friends. I can tell
Yeah,
her anything,
yeah,
anything I want. We can talk like mother and daughter, and we can talk like friends.
right,
But I still respect her, even as a
exactly,
40-year-old woman. I respect her that I'm still not gonna say certain stuff in front of her.
exactly,
I'm not gonna do certain things, and I damn sure ain't finna raise up in front of her because that's my mama, and
yeah,
that's my dad. Like, even though I'm grown, I'm not that grown where I'm disrespectful. Like, that's just how I was raised, and I'm just not gonna do that. But
yeah,
it's not the same, like you said. People think, well, you should talk. I feel like sometimes, it may be going off subject, but we too educated. You know what I'm saying? Well, we think we know it all, and it's just like our kids are bad. Sorry. Do y'all have, if you got any teachers that your friends as teachers, talk to them. These kids is bad as hell. They don't
yeah,
listen. They don't respect authority. And that
mm-hmm,
starts at home. Like you can't
mm-hmm,
come to my classroom and I teach you how to respect authority. You have to do that before you get home. You know what I'm saying? So
mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's
No, you're right. You're right.
That's a home training thing. Again. Yeah, they don't have to get a whooping necessarily. You can discipline them by punishment or other things, but something they need some kind of consequence for bad behavior. You know what I'm saying? And
Agreed.
they don't people don't believe in my way or the highway, but listen,
And,
like Janet said, if that wasn't like that, ain't no telling what they would have got off into. Because
right.
look at the contrast between her family and the DeBarges. Like they were all full of drug abuse, and they was a religious family. You know what I'm saying? They had both parents in the house, but the two different kinds of raisins. Look what the results was with the
But the
parents. You know what
results
I'm
were.
saying? So
And Joe Jackson taught them all work ethic.
right,
That's why Janet was a perfectionist.
right.
Why Michael, I'm sorry, that's why Janet is a perfectionist. That's why Michael was a perfectionist. Like, all that matters. And I'm sure they got that from being pushed
Mm-hmm.
by their father.
Yeah, and because before he became a manager, he worked at the steel mill, and that
Yeah.
was not no easy job. And I
No,
be trying to tell people, like, our grandparents, they was working hard, man, and they worked hard to feed all their kids, and they ain't got time to be smiling in them damn pictures because they tired as hell. That's why them pictures our grandparents, they like,
they was never smiling.
and
They
I
was
mean,
tired.
they was tired. They was mofo tired, bro. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. I mean,
Ooh.
they didn't have like all these corporate jobs. They was, some of them had office jobs, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they did they had to do take care of their families, and that's Black history right there. Like we are the result of that hard work, and
Of their
so
hard work.
I appreciate it. Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
I didn't. Last part about the doc, I totally forgot that Janet Jackson had a baby. I totally forgot that.
Yeah, at 50.
I totally forgot. I
Yeah,
told my wife, I'm like, Janet had a baby. She was like, oh yeah.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
she's like, yeah, the
And
baby,
then
the
and
little
you
boy
know what's
5.
crazy? We was watching that, and people and my family, it was like CTs. I'm like, I'm not finna handle baby at 50. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gave myself a short window, and I know I can't put time in on God, but I'm just saying, me personally, I got a couple more years to see if that's gonna happen. If it don't happen, I'm adopting. That's just where I'm at.
You gonna die?
I'm gonna adopt. I'm not gonna be 50 years old trying to have no baby. I'm gonna just adopt me a 10-year-old.
So, well, somebody got about what 3.5 years to shoot your club up because
Yeah.
I'm ready to be Uncle Corey.
Yeah, I think I'll be a good mama, but like I said, I ain't trying to be 50 holding a baby. But if I could, if that's gonna happen, that's gonna have to happen for me in the next couple years.
No,
That's where I'm at with it.
Janet made it happen, boy. She popped the
She
baby at
did. She
50.
said it was a lot, like a
Yeah.
lot of fertility, stuff. I mean, so I'm happy for her that, but that she was able to actually carry a child at that age. That just goes to show you just how far science has come. You know what I'm saying?
A
And
long way.
yeah. So that's because it used to be after 35. They would say you're a high risk pregnancy. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But you see more and more people having more and more women. I know for sure having babies in their 40s
Yeah.
because a lot of us are not married. And a lot of people are getting married later. So
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Well, that doc was good, and I saw today that it actually rated higher than the R. Kelly. What was that doc that came out 3 years ago about him?
With
Those
the
lady,
about yeah. What was it called?
I forget, but it
Yeah, that the R. Kelly with the R. Kelly nasty story.
yeah, it rated. Johnny's doc rated higher than that, so that was
I
good.
ain't surprised. Yeah, it
I'm
was good,
glad.
y'all. Y'all watch it for sure.
Yeah, make sure y'all watch it. It was on Lifetime. It's worth it. Even if you like weren't not the biggest Janet Jackson fan, but you realize why she's an icon, and
Yeah,
you realize why what I call she has a cult following because she's been in this game for years.
yeah,
She's really an entertainer.
yeah.
She's been doing this for a long time, and my last thought about it, and we can move on to the next subject. My last thought is that I don't think Janet get the flowers like she deserves.
She don't.
I just don't think so.
She don't.
I'm not taking nothing away from like Beyonce, other entertainers, but to me, I just don't think Janet gets those flowers like she
Yeah.
deserves. She
Yeah.
is one of the greatest, if not the
Yeah.
greatest,
Bro,
female
they all
trainer ever.
mimic her. They all
Yeah.
mimic her. That's what I said. We have to do better with honoring our greats.
Mhm.
We have to do better as black people, as young people, in a generation. We have to do better with. Just like I said, they really tried to silence her. Like, are you nuts? You cannot silence. You can't throw Janet Jackson out the history books. You know what I'm saying? Like, who does that? So yeah, we got to do better with honoring the people that before us, are the people that are still, especially while they're still here. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of our greats have gone on and they don't get the respect that they deserve. I feel like you said, I
Yeah.
don't think Janet gets the recognition that she deserves. I think within the last couple of years, it's been happening a little bit better. It seems like, but yeah, she deserves all the flowers
She
because
does. She
if
does.
you ain't without Janet, you won't see no Sierra. You
Yeah.
don't see no Beyonce. You don't see no Tiana. So yeah, she get
Rhythm
Jenna
Nation,
her flowers.
Rhythm Nation is still the biggest selling tour in the history of music.
That rhythm, bro. That when they was going through them songs, I'm like, man, I used to know this whole album. We used to wear that album out.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So
make sure y'all watch it. What we got next? Let's talk about this this whole NFL situation with Brian Flores. Uh,
yeah. So you get a background on it, bro,
well,
because
here we go. First of all, I think it was fitting that all the news came out on February 1st, yesterday, which is Black History, first day of Black History Month.
yeah.
I thought that was so fitting. But Brian Flores, he is a former head coach of the Miami Dolphins. He was fired after the season.
How long was he the coach there?
2 or 3 years, I believe. 2 or 3 years. He was fired. Had a winning record too. Had a winning record. He was let go. He was let go, I guess, because at the time they were saying that he didn't get along with the front office. He was clashing with a lot of people in the front office. Okay, fine, whatever. So yesterday it comes out that he files a lawsuit against the NFL, the Denver Broncos, the New York Giants, and the Miami Dolphins. Um, his lawsuit, the big part of that lawsuit is that he was in contention or interviewed for the New York Giants head coaching job. Apparently, he received a text from Patriots coach Bill Belichick congratulating him on getting a job. And they went back and forth in the text, just like you would with somebody you know. Basically, Bill Belichick was like, hey, I just got word. People telling me in the Giants that the job is yours. They're going to make an announcement real soon. Just want to wish you congratulations. So Brian Flores, he replied back, thanks, coach. That means a lot coming from you. They go back and forth. Then at the end, Flores says to Coach Belichick, Coach, hey, Bill, are you sure this text is meant for me, Brian Flores, or Brian Dayball? So Bill Belichick responds, oh, I fucked that up. I meant Brian Dobell.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian Flores, I guess in that moment, he said, you know what? Enough. So what he did was launch a lawsuit about unfair hiring practices with NFL and the Rooney Rule, and he
Mm-hmm.
announced it yesterday. So all day yesterday and even all day today, he's been making his interviews. He's been talking about why he did it, why he's come forward with this lawsuit, and
I didn't really hear why he said he did it.
he said this is what he said. He said he knows what's going on, and it's time for some change, and that's why he came out and did what he did. And he said he wants people who make those decisions, the owners, the GMs, to have a change of heart and change their way of thinking about how they look at people of color when it comes to being head coaches. And
Mm-hmm.
he has a point because there's only one black head coach in the NFL.
With all these black players.
But all with and 75% of the NFL is made up of African American players.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the lawsuit with the New York Giants and the NFL when it comes to unfair hiring practices. He also has a lawsuit against the Miami Dolphins because apparently when he was the coach, the owner at the time wanted to pay him $100,000 a game to lose each game just so they can forfeit games and lose on purpose so they can get a higher draft status. So that's a whole nother storm right there, because now, as the NFL, you're thinking like, we actually got owners out here who are paying coaches to throw games.
Yeah.
That violates the integrity of the shield of the NFL.
Yeah.
So pretty much Brian Flores just said, you know what? I'm out for blood. I'm blowing my whistle. Some people say he's snitching. I'm,
So
I'm
what?
I don't call it snitching. What I call it is that he's very courageous, because he knows he might not ever coach again,
Yeah, he not.
but he knows I got
Not
to
in
do
the
this because there
NFL.
might be some other people behind me who want to be coaches, who are good coaches, but they'll never get the same opportunity or that level of respect when they're in these interviews. So this is why he's doing it. So
Yeah.
my hats off to him and kudos to
Yeah.
him. But
I
what you think? Because I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you what I think the NFL is gonna do.
I think the NFL gonna settle. First of all, they're not gonna. I feel like based upon the text messages that we've all seen, like I feel like that's pretty cut and dry. And Bill old ass didn't know who he was talking about. You didn't know who he was talking to. Honest mistake or whatever, but
Yeah, it was.
whatever. It is what it is. But I think the NFL has a race problem. People don't, no matter what they try to say, they have a race problem because it's so many white owners, and it's
Yeah,
just how they do things. They navigate in a way that they want to keep black people under at a certain level. You know what I'm saying? And these old white people that they get off on, just having the money, and I can force him to lose. I can pay him this money to lose. Like, why would I want to have a losing record as a coach, as a young black coach? You know what I'm saying? That like you just said, they don't get the same opportunities. Like, you don't want that. Like, I'm trying to win because this goes with my legacy. This goes to the people that's trying to come behind me. So,
behind me.
it's a joke. You know what I'm saying? And as much as we love football, it's like a love-hate thing with football in with the community, because it's just like I said, they really have a race problem. They've had it for a long time, and it doesn't make any sense that it's only one black coach, because you hear these commentators and they really be trying to act like these coaches are so smart, and it's like they think black people are dumb. Like, you can't, how can we can play, we can like you can run, nigga, but you can't give directions. Like, it's an overseer mentality that they have, and it's clear as day. You know what I'm saying? And I really wish sometimes that we didn't watch the NFL, like that it wasn't as popular as it was, and that the problem with us being integrated, like I really do, I it may need a black football league. You know what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't have to deal with that. You don't have a league without the black players. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And for it to still be stuff like this coming out, like it's a big deal that a team has a black quarterback. It's all our high schools have black quarterbacks.
yeah.
Who you think is the black quarterback at Marshall? It's only black kids there. You know what I'm saying? So why would he get to college? You want him to be a running back, or you want him to be a wide receiver? He's a quarterback. He played quarterback since he was 10 years old. So, but they want to make these positions like he has a strong arm and he's so smart. Tom Brady ain't no smarter than nobody else. It's the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And he's the GOAT or whatever. But I'm just saying, just in general, like it's irritating. Like, that kind of stuff make me hate the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, y'all got a problem with race, and I don't see it going away no time soon, because they got the money and they make more money than any other sport. So
I don't think it's gonna go away. Um, but I think the NFL. I think what they're gonna do, they're gonna settle this before this lawsuit gets to discovery,
for sure.
because they know that if anything gets out from someone's phone, from other messages, from emails, they know the type of black eye that this could be upon the league. So what they're gonna do is cash him out and do the same thing that they did with Colin Kaepernick. Give him a undisclosed
Hush
amount of
money.
money,
Yeah.
have him sign the agreement saying he'll never be able to talk about this. Because bottom line is this: the NFL is going to go on. Long after we're dead and gone, it's a business gonna keep going on. It's the number one sport in America. Everybody watches football. Black, white, Mexican, Chinese.
Right.
It don't even matter. Everyone loves NFL because it's entertainment. The issue that I have with the NFL is not the commissioner because he doesn't hire coaches. It's the
Right. It's the owners.
it's the people who make the decisions to coach their team that's full of black players.
Yep.
At some point, it's going to take a Pat Mahomes, a Aaron Rodgers, uh, uh,
Aaron Rodgers ain't doing nothing.
but it's going to take people with those voices that don't
Sure.
look like us to start saying, "Hey, this ain't right.
Right.
Y'all need to start doing something about this."
Right.
Because Stephen A., Shannon Sharp, all these talking media heads, they can get on here, they can make noise every morning about it. But them owners are not threatened by them.
Right.
But when you got the superstar athletes that don't look like us, when they start talking, they're going to have to listen because these are the guys who make them money.
Right.
These are the guys who people come to see.
Right.
And, and I think it was Ryan Clark, somebody said it best. Ryan Clark was like, you know what? I'm tired because everybody knows this what's going on with the NFL. The Rooney Rule is a joke. He said
and explain what the Rooney Rule is, bro, so people that may not know.
The Rooney Rule was established in 2003. Basically, that rule was started by the Pittsburgh Steelers owner. Basically, what it allows is minority coaching candidates will get an opportunity to interview with teams, and it's based upon every team has to interview a minority candidate. Just one. It doesn't have to be two, just one. So every team has to do that just so they can give every minority candidate a fair shot at an interview. Now, I've always thought it's almost like affirmative action, which I don't have a problem with affirmative action because
me either.
Because you have to give people a chance. And I think the rule from its pure form was great, the Rooney Rule. From like a good-natured person was trying to do that. For example, the Rooney Rule got Mike Tomlin hired. Pittsburgh was going to hire another guy named Russ Graham. But they brought in Mike Tomlin, who was the defensive coordinator with the Vikings. They brought him in to talk with him. He fucking did so well that Mr. Rooney brought him back, flew down to where Mike Tomlin was living to have dinner with Tomlin's wife to interview him again. And guess what happened that night? He offered him the job because he like Mike Tomlin like wowed him, like pretty much like, hey, you got the job. So I get the Rooney Rule. I get it. The problem is with the NFL, you had teams just interviewing black people or minority candidates just to satisfy the rule.
Sure.
Not even taking them serious. So basically like a token interview. So that's what Brian Flores thought when he went to the Giants interview. He already knew, well, y'all going to hire Daboll. He just took the interview because he said he was so mad. Right. And he was just like, man, are y'all like going to be straight up with me or what?
They not.
And they didn't. So this is why he came up with, that's why he started the lawsuit.
Right.
And I understand when you're an aspiring coach, you got to go on them interviews. You can't say no because anything can happen, but also you have to go because you have to go in there and you have to really put your best foot forward. Even if they have their mind made up on somebody else, if you come in there and kill the interview, they might say, well, damn, I want to talk to him again. Right. Because he said something differently than the other guy said. So that's why the Rooney Rule, to me, I think they should just get rid of it now because now it's a sham. It's been proven now that it's BS.
Right. And that's the same. It's how it is, bro, and regular in normal world, right? Where corporate world, where some people don't get those same opportunities, and because of affirmative action, they have to interview. That's the only reason why you got race and stuff on the. Not the only reason, because they do want to filter, but that's supposed to be one of the reasons why race is a question on applications and stuff is so they can, meet their quota of black people or
Mm-hmm.
Hispanics or people that's disabled. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a shame that it has to be that way, that, that people don't have a fair chance. But, like you said, in fairness and I guess in good nature, that is a good idea. But it's a shame that it has to be a thing
Yeah,
that just be, that me being a good coach and me knowing my stuff, just because the color of my skin, like, I don't get a fair chance. It's trash. Like, the NFL is trash when it comes to that. Like, there's not a lot of people in leadership. There's not a lot of people, black coaches, GMs. I mean, just people higher up. Like, it's just a sea of white. It's a sea of white, and this is why they keep having these kind of problems come up, because they just don't. They have been slow to turn the corner,
yes,
on diversity. And
very
I
slow.
don't. It's just gonna, like you said, it's gonna take for the big names to step up, and it's gonna take for us to, stop watching.
I
If
know.
black people stop watching, if black players did a sit out, because who's gonna play? Who's gonna play? 75% of the league is black. So who's gonna play if they had a blackout day? I mean, I can't. It's always easy to sit behind a phone and a microphone and say, what somebody should do for their money. Like, the NFL players don't get paid like NBA players get paid. So
Right.
I understand, like, sitting out for them, it's a big deal. But it's they gotta do better, bro. They gotta do better.
They do gotta do better, and it's got to be a way that this league has to change its thought process. And
Yeah.
I don't. I understand. They keep saying, well, most owners and general managers want to hire somebody that look like them, or that somebody that they have a lot in common with. I get that, but here's the thing: this is football, which a lot of their players are 75% black, and a
And
lot
they
of those
want to be coached by somebody they look familiar with too.
and a lot of those black players come from the same backgrounds that a lot of these black coaches. Like Brian Flores grew up, his parents were immigrants, came to New York. He grew up in Brooklyn. We know how Brooklyn was.
Sure.
Brooklyn ain't
Now it
Brooklyn
ain't, it
like
ain't
it look
Brooklyn, like
now.
it ain't the gentrified
No.
Brooklyn that we see
And,
now.
and he brought that up. And he brought
Yeah.
that up. He was like, I know what it means to have integrity. He said, I'm a guy that tells the truth. I'm a truth teller. And he said, that's why he said, I believe I'm called to be a coach, because I tell these guys the truth.
Right.
And for a lot of guys in the NFL, they prefer a coach to be upfront with them and be straight up with them. They
Sure.
respect them more
Sure.
because they can when a guy like Brian Flores tell them like, hey man, look, you ain't shit right now this week.
Right.
Uh, we thinking about cutting you.
Right.
He'll receive it from him because he know he ain't sugarcoating this.
Right.
And that's what it is. That's how the type of coach Brian Flores is.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't think the NFL is going to change this anytime soon. Again, they're going to find a way to make this go away. But shout out to Brian Flores. Kudos to Hugh Jackson for having his back. Kudos to Marvin Lewis having his back today. Because Marvin Lewis talked about his experiences with the hiring and
Similar. Yeah.
similar. Like, he coached the team for 13 years and he couldn't even get a second job. And so I appreciate them guys for standing behind him because that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah.
People got to stand with him,
Yeah.
unlike they
Yeah.
didn't do with Kaepernick. You need
Right.
with Brian Flores. He need those black coaches to stand with him. It's a
Yeah.
lot of black assistant coaches who don't even get chances to be an offensive coordinator.
Right.
Because in the NFL, once you're offensive coordinator, the next jump is usually head coach.
Right.
You don't see a lot of black
Bro,
offensive coordinators.
because they think, bro, they subconsciously, again, like I said, they subconsciously, we gonna move on, but they subconsciously just see these players like this is where you're supposed to be. Like,
A
your
defense
job is
guy
to run.
or a running backs coach or
Yeah,
a wide
your
receiver
job
coach.
is to do this. Like,
Yeah.
they don't. I have no idea why beyond me of why they think that a black person or a black coach can't, coordinate offense. Like, I am the offense. I am the offense. I how do you think that I don't know how to navigate against a defense? Like
Yeah,
how does your brain think
yeah,
that they're not smart enough to do that? You know, and I don't even think it's so much smart enough. It's because of the athletic ability of these players, and some players that are coaches now, whatever. It's like I think it's just it's a subconscious thing where it's just they don't want them to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like because it makes them feel better to just keep them at this level and
yes,
at a player, and then but to think that I can play and I do have the mind to do that, it's just like it's too much.
yep,
And because this is a white man's world, like they just not gonna have too many black men up there being you know superior or whatever. So
yep.
it's
No, you're
it's a
right.
joke.
It is a joke, and I'm gonna be keeping my eye on this because I want to see what happens because Brian Flores is still in the running for a couple NFL jobs, so I want to see what's going to happen. So
Yeah, we'll see.
we'll see. This it's been a hot topic in sports
Yeah,
uh, yesterday and today, and plus this is a slow week for sports because the Super Bowl is in a couple of weeks on the 13th. So
yeah,
there's nothing to talk about right now, but
right, right.
we'll see what happens.
Who you picking for Super Bowl, bro?
I am picking. You gotta wait until next week.
What?
Yep, I'm gonna pick it
I,
next week before the Super
I,
Bowl. I'm picking next week.
I. Okay, okay. Well, I'll keep my pick to myself then.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
oh, did you watch Power?
I did. I
You
did.
like
Yes,
it?
every yeah. So this week it was good.
Okay.
It was good. We got a lot of we found out about Dante and his about him being an informant and all that stuff. Like yeah, it's I still think, bro, that like we talked about last week, that ring gonna get them caught up somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But he already know that Kane stole. I don't know. I don't know how. Even though Kane, I don't know how he knew, but he already knew that Kane was the one that stole his stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
like Monet said, that was part of his plan to kind of like get them to. Because when you look when Tariq had that bag, he had all their passports in there.
All of them in there.
So he must already had a plan to just like, get rid of Lorenzo and then start a new life with them.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Hey, I can't wait to watch Sunday because this is last week was good. I mean,
Sunday is the finale, right?
it's the finale on Sunday.
Okay.
They're taking a break after that, and then they regroup for the next season. But I want to know if Effie killed old girl.
I want I don't think she killed her.
I don't think so either. But the way she got in the bed,
Yeah.
she started crying. So I want to know. I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I want to see if Dante gonna kill Lorenzo. Like I want to see all this. I hope next
Yeah.
week goes out with a bang.
Yeah.
You know what I
If
mean?
if Effie actually did kill her, I'd be surprised. But I feel
Yeah.
like, if she did, that would that would throw Tariq's whole world around because he trusts Effie and she's a big part of his operation. You know what I'm saying? So that will make them fall out and it's gonna be a mess. So if she did kill her, it's gonna
It's
be
gonna be a
something.
mess. It's gonna be a
Yeah,
mess. It is.
yeah.
It's gonna be a mess.
I knew Brayden wasn't gonna do it.
I knew that either.
Yeah, I knew Brayden wasn't gonna do it. I was like, he don't have that in him, which is
No,
I'm glad they didn't make him that way. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad they just made him stay true to his character of
they did. They
I
did.
sell drugs, but I ain't about this killing life. You know what I'm saying? So that's I thought it was good that they kept him true to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
it's it's the show again. When they first did the show, I didn't know how good it was gonna be. I was
yeah,
shocked. I was
yeah.
shocked that I ended up liking
People
it
were
the
saying
way
they
I
didn't want
did.
to watch it because they was like
I remember people saying that.
But you know what, bro? I know this too. By them bringing back everybody from the dead, I wonder if Ghost gonna make an
He
appearance this
said he
last
coming
episode.
back. He said he made a comment on Hardrick. He actually made a post on his Instagram page. He
Uh-huh.
said, "Y'all, I'm not coming back. He said, "I'm dead in a motherfucker." That's exactly what he said. He said, "I'm not coming back, y'all," because everybody keeps thinking that.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps thinking that, but I don't think Courtney Kemp intended for him to come back either. I don't. I think she killed him off on purpose, so they can have this own spinoff now to how they doing it now.
Yeah.
So
it's still good though. I mean,
it
would be dope. It would be dope if that he made an appearance. But yeah, I think Tasha gonna come. Tasha gonna show up at some point. Yeah,
she in the Witness Protection Program.
Yeah, she gonna show up at some point.
I think she will too.
Yeah,
Method Man killing his part though. Killing that shit.
Method Man with his extra fine self. Yeah, he's just he's just fine, bro. I'm sorry. He's just he gets finer every he's just Benjamin Button. He's aging backwards. Like he was fine when we was young, but it's like now he's fine. Like Oh no, I'm sorry. He's fine.
Hey, you finished, bro?
I'm done. Now y'all see how I feel. Just so y'all know, me and my bro, we in a group chat. It's a few of us. It's all guys. And this is I have to hear about, I ain't gonna tell who y'all be talking about, but y'all little TV tramps. So y'all
TV tramps. Wow. TV tramps.
So yeah, you can get this little Method Man appreciation right now.
Well, I'm sure all the ladies appreciate Method Man on this show.
For sure. He fine. Yeah.
He's fine. Listen, I don't care about his acting, okay?
He's doing a good job of acting as well.
Yeah, he does.
Kudos to Method Man. Yeah.
He's done a real good job.
Yeah.
Him, Lorenz Tate. I still hate his character on there.
I love Lorenz Tate. Is another Benjamin Button. That brother.
I hate his fucking character.
Another fine. He's playing. Lorenz Tate is a good actor. I mean, he playing that prick role to the T. Like I love it. Like he's definitely he's doing a great job. Like Lorenz Tate always been a good actor, but just his role as that councilman, like just being a butthole. Yeah, he got that down.
Yeah, he got it down.
Yeah,
Power Book is good. Tommy show start.
I can't wait for that one. Yeah.
That's gonna be real good. A lot of local guys from Chicago is in this.
Yeah, because he's from Chicago in real life. So
this is gonna be good to see.
Which I wonder is that why they ended up moving to Chicago so he can kind of come back home.
I think so.
Yeah, it's I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be good.
Hey, I can't. Stars did their thing by giving 50 this type of control, man, and
well, what they say, he's like what Tyler Perry is to like he's a drug Tyler Perry.
Peter Tyler Perry. When he was on the Jada Dot, he was like, "Hey y'all, it's just a nipple.
Right.
Get over it." Well, I was laughing so hard, boy.
He's right though, bro. I'm like, they really blew this out to be something that it really didn't have to be that big of a deal. No, they really blew it up for no reason. But
true. But hey, Power getting close to an end. Like we said, Snowfall will be coming back. I finished Ozarks. The second half of Ozarks will be coming back. Mm-hmm. What else is coming? Oh, it's a show on ABC I've been watching. It's about these school teachers. It's a black show.
Abbott Elementary?
Man, that shit
I told you to watch that, bro. It's hilarious.
Man, that's funny, hilarious. Man.
Yeah, everybody, y'all watch Abbott Elementary.
Man, that show is funny.
It's so relatable. It's so true.
It is very relatable.
Yeah, relatable. I love it. Yeah, it's so funny. I watched the last episode because it comes on Tuesdays, but I just watched the other latest episode this morning. So y'all go ahead and check that out.
I'm liking that.
Yeah.
I just finished.
We got a lot of good shows. It's a lot of good black shows.
A lot of good black shows.
And variety. Like it's not all drug. It's not all drug. It's not all church. It's not all women. Yeah. You got a good like variety of things you can tune into, y'all. So some good TV.
It's good. Oh, I finished Sopranos. I watched that.
I never really got into Sopranos like that.
It took me a month to watch the whole show.
Yeah, I
It's
never really got
good.
into it like that.
It's good. I see why people like it a lot because the way
Mm-hmm.
it's written, it's
Mm-hmm.
good. I still, I always laugh because people get mad at like, why we like shows like Power and why we like shows where they killing black folks. And when I watch The Sopranos, I'm like, okay, they basically glorifying the mob and the mafia. They killed a whole bunch of folks too,
Yeah.
but it's much more glorified. But it's a good show.
Yeah.
Really good actors in that show. So now I gotta find something else to watch now. So I gotta find some old show I can get
I
into.
I
Oh,
I give you a couple suggestions.
yeah, you're gonna have to because I need to
Yeah,
watch
I'll text them to you.
test the film.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, now, um, that video clip I sent you, we gotta talk about that
Oh Lord.
because somebody sent it to me and that person was like, "Y'all gotta talk about this on y'all show next." So
Okay.
basically, there was a clip of this young lady saying how um, women don't really want a good man. And she said she was basically saying that a woman don't want a good man because a good man is not a pushover. A good man won't let a woman tell him what to do. She said women want a guy that they can tell what to do, somewhat pushover, and basically not give any pushback. Those are the type of men that women really want. So of
Yeah.
course, I watched it a couple times. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I had to sing that to Teese because, she's very opinionated on men versus women. Okay. So I asked her her thoughts, and then she agreed with the young lady. So, Teese, share with the audience your thoughts on, do women really want a good man?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. You know what made what I really came in my head when she said that, like Cat Williams' voice came in my head, right? When he was like, when he'd be like, maybe that's not you, maybe that's not what you want, simple bitch, because I want a good man, okay? Like I grew up with my father and my dad is a man's man, okay? Like he's no doubt about it. Like this is Bill Teague's house, and not that he walks around like stomping, like doing that. He don't have to do that. But he's just assert himself in every situation. That I've grown up that he's his own person. He's his own man, right? So that's the image of a man that I grew up seeing, and that's the image of a man that I want. So I'm not going to date a man that I have to tell what to do, that I can push over you. I mean, that's not attractive to me. Like that's not what kind of man that I want. And
Right.
women, some people, maybe she's trying to say that some women, I do know women that we have this codependency thing where sometimes you may, we may get off on being fixers, and because that's kind of a natural part
Janet
of being a
Jackson.
woman. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe you get off into, trying to mold the man that you want and stuff like that. But, me personally, no, I don't want that's goofy. That's a goofy dude. Like, I don't want no simp ass dude. You got to be able to
Russell
be a
Wilson.
man, and you got to be able to tell me to shut up, without saying shut up. But, you got to be able, like, tell me what to do, but don't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Get your
you
Jill
know,
Scott face ass out there.
yeah, Jill did say that. You can tell me what to do, but you can't tell me what to do.
See?
You see what I'm saying? You can tell me what to do, but you can't tell me what to do. Like, but I mean, depending on, and that's another story. I don't go there. But yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Like, I think, bro, these ladies get on TikTok and Instagram, and everybody be just trying to be pick me's and trying to be like, it's annoying. Like, everybody got all these ideas of what single women need to do and what we don't want. Like, this shit it's not a one size fit all. It is really not. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there are some things in general
Like a
that you
Magnum
can,
condom.
it's not, and that don't fit all. So next, anyway, but I'm just saying, like, it's just people are dating, and people, it's personal to who you are. Like, it ain't a one size fit all. It don't work for everybody. And to sit there and be like, women don't want good men, that's a dumb thing to say. That's just a dumbass thing to say. Seriously, like, there's no getting around it. Like, why would you even say that? It's not even a subconscious thing. Even a subconscious woman, like women that are fixers and then get off on, like I said, get off on, or maybe controlling, they still want a good man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe they run
Yeah.
about it the wrong way, but don't nobody want no dumb nigga. Like, come on, like she sounds stupid. Like, I feel like these, like I said, these ladies be on these TikToks trying to be marriage and relationship counselors. They be sounding dumb as hell. That's dumb. Like, yeah, there are some alpha women. There's women that like being bossy. Those ladies that like to peg men. You know what I'm saying? They maybe they want a man that they want that kind of man. But real women want a man's man, and that's just, in my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't think nobody want no goofy dude that you got to run over. Like, that's not attractive at all. Like, no, I need some pushback.
I can I can say that's not attractive for you because I know you, but there are some women who want to be able to push over on their men. They get
I
off
can't.
they get off on molding men. They get off
That's
on
what
that.
I'm saying. They get out. A lot of women, bro. I've seen that. I've seen a lot of women that they do a lot of stuff for guys, and they try to create the man that they want, and it just in even in those situations, I've never seen the situation work. I've never seen, because you can't mold somebody. You can't.
You can't mold a grown ass
You
man.
can't mold a grown ass man. Like, you can help somebody grow in certain areas, but he gonna grow into what he already is. Just
Yes.
be honest. You can't change people. They are what they are. They're gonna they can, them changing their ways is all personal. You can
Yes.
help them, you can encourage them, but that's a personal thing. Like,
And
you can't do that.
at some point, as a man, he gonna tell you, man, look, I'm tired of your ass.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a
He's gonna
recipe to
say
get
it.
cheated on, to be honest.
Yeah,
When
he's
I
gonna
think the
say it.
women that are controlling like that, it's some people, some women, they pick dudes that they need that maybe don't have what they have. You know what I'm saying? Like a man that maybe don't work the way they do, so they can control the situation.
Yeah.
But trying to control that situation, trying to control that dude with money or sex or whatever, access to certain things, like, that's just a recipe to get cheated on. I don't know any woman that controls a man that don't get cheated on. You can't. He don't want. That's not. I don't think a man nature wants to. That willingly wants that. The guys that usually in those situations usually are in that because probably maybe they don't have the money. They don't have. It's a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they with that lady. It ain't because they love her.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely, that from what I've seen. Like I said, usually when it is like that, those guys, that's a recipe to get cheated on. I don't know anybody who's been controlling with the man and it's been in their favor. Unless you're just marrying a absolute simp. Which in that case, no thank you.
There's some simps out here. Keep
Lots of
up.
them.
There's some simps out here.
Lots of them.
But I also know that those simps, a lot of them simps, be with alpha women, and a lot of those alpha women control a lot of stuff and behind the scenes. A lot of those alpha women have those type of men around them so they can be a status symbol to the
Sure.
outside world.
Sure. Well, just to be
But
with somebody.
to be with somebody, hey, I don't really think nobody should be a relationship expert, especially on social media. Okay, that's number
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like I always say, you talk about how great your relationship is, but when y'all break up, you don't talk about the shit that you did wrong. So
Right.
if you're gonna be this relationship expert, broadcast all that shit.
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that.
Say that's why I always say, put it out there, put all of it out there. Um, oh, girl in that clip. First of all, I just think she made that clip. She was capping. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
I just think she made a clip just to get some likes, to get some freaking
Half of them do,
shares.
bro. Half of them do. That's what I'm saying. You can't take this stuff serious because I think women, these people on there saying stuff, they want to be the next viral person. They want to be the next person,
Yeah.
Big on social media. So they say stuff that don't make no sense. Like, to go in there. She damn near was preaching like, yeah, women don't want no good man. They want a man they can control. They want a man that's gonna do this. No, I do want a good man, ma'am. I do. You don't want a good man, but yeah, I do. Like it was just stupid. Like she was going in on it. Like I
But
don't. What women do you know like that? Like I don't
it's
even
all
understand
cap,
it.
Teeth. It's all cap. That's what it is. It's cap. It's cap. I know you. I
And
know
I
you. You don't want no dude that you could just if you be like, hey, I'm finna go out with my girls and you gonna like that shit. That you don't want no dude like that.
mm-mm,
You don't
mm-mm.
want that.
No, no. I need somebody because listen, most women that are independent, because we have to be, and whoa, I just lost my bro. Let's see, he'll be back, y'all.
I lost everything.
Yeah. I
Okay.
said he'd be back. He'll be back, y'all.
Yeah, man.
Um, but I was saying like most women that are independent because we have to be, we live independently. We take care of ourselves. Like, you want to feel that security from a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like you just want to feel that security, that protection. Like that's only a man can give you. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't buy into that. Even alpha women, it can it's a there's a man that can make her be quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be because I think, like I said, we operate in the real world where we have to be assertive, we have to be ourselves. But I am, I don't mind being domestic. I like cooking, I like cleaning. Like that's kind of what you want, old school or whatever. That's me. I like doing that kind of stuff. So and I don't have no problem with doing that for my man. So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? But I also need to be have to be with somebody that can say, you'd be surprised, like some guys that I've dated, like they not like, well, I've dated some macho guys, but I mean like or some hood dudes too, but they outside of those, like the ones that you don't think they don't look the part, they'll be the main ones that be like, Latisse, you gonna bring it down, and
Bring
then we'll start the conversation over. If we're
Yeah.
not gonna bring it down, this conversation not about to happen. So
Yeah.
what you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up.
You'll zip.
Yeah, I'm quiet.
You'll zip it. You'll zip it.
Yeah, I'm gonna zip it. You know what I'm saying? I and that's attractive to me. That's gonna get the juices flowing.
No, it's just funny when I see those videos. It's everybody has this perspective on relationships, and it's just different now. But what I always notice, all these different perspectives, I always notice the age gap.
Yeah,
Always
yeah,
a young chick or a young dude.
yeah,
Always the age gap, and
yeah. They operate differently.
they operate differently. Because for them, it ain't really no blueprint.
Right. Well, they making their own blueprint, which I ain't mad. You got to do what works for you, but it wouldn't work for me. Like I have to. Yeah, I don't want a guy that I could control in that sense. And even when it feels like I'm being bossy, like sometimes like how women sometimes we just like we want to go here, we want to go there, and we got to tell a dude to do this and all this stuff. Like even then, like you don't really want that. You want somebody to be already kind of be good with decisions and already know what he want to do, and
Yeah.
and can control the relationship in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Not control you. Like you can't. Nobody can really control you. But just set the pace, set the tone for relationship. You know what I'm
No.
saying? So I don't buy into that. Like you said, that's cap. If that's what somebody wants, so be it. But I don't think
Yeah.
women in general, we don't work hard to be that want to be attached to a simp dude. Like you want a man's man that's assertive and that he gonna tell you when you need to relax. Yeah,
I'm with that. And you know what? Like I said, those that keep making these videos, it's good for us to
they just
keep
want likes.
content for us.
Yeah,
Hey,
but they want likes, bro. They want to be, and it's probably this be a woman that probably she want the dudes to be like, yeah, girl, these dudes gonna be like, they gonna use you for example and be laughing at you. Like even the guys is in the comments that be like, see, here go a woman that know what they talking about. That's probably a goofy dude.
it's a
Probably a
goof.
goofy dude. They probably don't have no job, but ain't doing nothing but land that's just dropping off dick everywhere. Like I'm sure it's probably that person. Like
There's
that's who's saying that.
women, women like that. I always say this. Women like that always talk about how good they box is, how great they food is, but
Everybody on social media has the best box. Let's
but
just
they
say that.
lonely as fuck. Secondly, women like that, what I call them, all they are cum catchers.
Oh gosh.
That's it. That's what they are. They try to fake like they got the answer to what it takes to keep a dude, what it takes. No, they be single and they be
Mm-hmm.
going through like the 79th Street Cottage bus. All right, that's just the truth.
You stupid, bro.
Truth.
You
That's
stupid.
look.
Yeah, those
Let
pick
them
me's
share it.
on the internet
Like,
are irritating.
I'm gonna let them be great. I'm just gonna laugh at them, and we're gonna use it for content.
Pretty much.
That's
Pretty
it.
much. But like I said, she was in there like it was a sermon. Like she was in
Yeah.
there
Mhm.
preaching like, and these
Yeah.
women don't want good men. They want to be one. Girl, you need to
This
relax.
you don't want a good
You
man.
know what she looked like? She looked like she needs some dick in her. That's what it sounds like. And maybe that was her whole thing, to
Maybe
get
it was
some.
the whole thing.
Maybe that was her whole thing, to get some male attention and get her some DM and get her some penis, because that's exactly what she sounded like she needs. Because
Probably.
she was just doing too much.
He was
She
doing.
was doing too much.
It was certainly a pick me type.
Yeah,
Certainly.
and then being like, just because even the women that don't want to run over a guy, like that don't make you like a goofy for wanting to for a man to be assertive and be in control, like in that sense. Like that just it's just these chicks is
Oh,
weird,
it's
man. Folks
dumb.
is weird.
They are dumb and weird. They are.
I don't. I be feeling like when I be seeing these kind of posts, bro, and I be seeing the comments, and I be thinking it's me, because I don't get it. I'm like, it's something wrong with me, because I'm like, this don't make sense to me. This don't make sense to most women that I know. So are we weird? Are we? What are? I mean, like, I really do have to examine myself. I'm like,
It's
man,
something wrong with you.
maybe I'm not getting it. Maybe it's something that I'm not understanding. Because where did you come up with that? Like you just sat home and you made this video and you really thought that this was something good to say.
Yeah.
It's me. I don't know how to, I need to adapt that thinking, because it don't be making not no sense to me. Double negative,
Listen.
not none.
That, none.
Yeah. Yeah, not none.
Well, that that whole type of videos for chicks with friendly boxes. That's how I look at it.
What they say, what you be saying, bro? The girls who say that
Like they're socialites.
they like to socialize. They
Yeah,
like to
I'm a socialite,
socialize.
aka friendly box. All right.
You
it's,
stupid.
it's Black History, so let's end it. Now you said you had a special thing you want to do for Black History Month while we're doing the show. You said you was gonna come with a Black History fact.
Oh, I can do that. Yeah.
Come
What's
with
this
my,
is Black History?
yeah,
Oh, you got one too?
I got
Okay.
one.
So okay, well, since it's Black History Month, I thought so we can kick it off with basically just paying homage to Dr. Carter G. Woodson,
Yeah,
who is basically responsible for Black History Month. It used to be Black History Week, but he was a scholar and he was big on Black history, and so he thought it was important for it to be recognized, and so that's how we got Black History Week, which turned into Black History Month. And he really did it in this month. I know it's a short month, but it was really, I think, to pay homage to Abraham Lincoln and I can't think of his name. The other abolitionist, can't think of his name right now. It's
Frederick
why is it Frederick Douglass? Yes, that's what it was. So yeah. So shout out to Carter G. Woodson for kicking this off for us. If y'all don't know who he is, y'all look him up. But they call him the father of Black history because he is the reason why we do have Black History Month. He also wrote the Miseducation of Black Folks.
Yep.
Or the Negro, Miseducation
Yep.
of the Negro, which is a good book. I don't think I haven't read that since I was in my 20s, but
Yeah,
it is good. It's really good. It's not long at all, so you can read that in a day or so. And it just makes you think about just what happened to us post-slavery, how we became more educated, but at the same time, we lost a lot community-wise, businesses and things like that. It just makes you, think. It makes me just think about stuff now, like we so educated, but we still don't own nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so, not like we used to. And so it just makes you, it just makes you think about some stuff. So he wrote a lot of books. That's one of the more popular ones. So y'all shout out to Carter G. Woodson. Y'all read up on him. And yeah, since he's responsible for this month, I thought it would be, dope to kick it off with him.
My Black History person. Shout out to Leroy Jenkins, the first Black dude ever to take his mom's stockings, leg of it, stocking cap for his waves.
Bro, you dumb, bro.
He's the first Black person to ever do that. Now you got every young Black man growing up in the hood. That's what we did. We wore that over our head, put the wave grease in our head, slept in it, walked around with it all just so we can get them cold, deep waves. So
the waves for the babes.
Shout out to Leroy Jenkins.
Oh gosh, thank you, Leroy. I love to see some boys, some good waves.
Yeah, see that? A lot of you people, a lot of you listeners didn't know that.
I didn't know. Learn something every day.
Every week, some of that pod. We're gonna have a Black History fact every week. So y'all gonna be looking forward to who we gonna name next week.
For sure. Bro, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Hey, we gotta pay homage.
Yeah, we do. You do. You're right.
So let me give a quick shout out before we wrap up. Shout out to all my guys, a couple of my college teammates down in Lewis, my guy Jonah, my guy Jeremy, my guy Phil. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all keep sharing up the podcast. Appreciate the feedback. Let's see. What else we got on? I'll tell you that off air, Tease, about something that's coming up. But go ahead, Tease.
All right. No, I don't really have any shout outs this week. Thank y'all for everybody just for listening. As I always say, make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook, SOT Pod. And yeah, we appreciate the support we've been getting thus far. And y'all just make sure y'all keep sharing, y'all keep liking, and let people know that we here and we ain't going nowhere.
We ain't going nowhere. We're going to keep this. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
So, I'm Coach Mo. That's Tease. All right, we're going to be out of here. Hey, next week, y'all can catch us again. Be on the lookout again.
And we still going to be black.
We still going to be black next week. We're still going to be black and on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
All right. We out.